Hello, thank you for joining me. You're watching Esther from Stampin' Star Creations. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. Today I've got something a bit different. Now, call me the crazy Christmas lady, but I'm part of a Christmas challenge that's going on Facebook. And the challenge for January was to make 10 tags. So this video might go out a bit later than January, but I wanted to show you what I came up with these two stamp sets. So we've got Jar of Love and Hearts Come Home. So I've already taken the Jar of Love stamp and stamped it on our card, and then we're going to work with this to build up our image to go on our tag. So I'm going to go in with some Pool Party and just taking off the excess off the sponge before we give our background some colour. Don't worry so much about the bottom half of the jar. Don't worry if you go overlap the outline, because we'll be cutting that out later. Just going to zoom you in a bit. Okay, then we're going to go in with some cherry cobbler and stamp the house. Now you want the house above that line, not quite up that high, but I went a bit too high, never mind. We'll work with that. You want it above the line because we're going to put the lid on, but we're going to put some more detail in there afterwards. So, and then we're going to go in with Tranquil Tide, and we're going to stamp off with the trees and then put them into the background, the side of the house. And then going in with the bigger tree at the front. I'm going to use Smoky Slate for the smoke coming out of the chimney. Now, because it's on red rubber, just bring the whole stamp down a bit, and I've not really positioned this very well on the block, so that the smoke will actually meet the chimney. If you do it above that line there, you'll miss the chimney and it'll look as if it's coming out of the sky, which is fine, but if you want it to come out the chimney you need to just stamp it a bit closer. So we've done that, and then we're going to go in with our copper embossing. Don't forget to rub the whole jar with your embossing buddy to stop any static. I'm going to grab the jar lid. Now I find it easy if you turn your jar back around, and then you can see exactly where you're stamping your lid. And then going in with the copper powder on that. Sorry, my son's just walked into my recording. Hold on a second. Sorry about that interruption. Okay, let's get the powder back in the tub. I should have had a piece of paper down. And we're also going to go in with the snow from Hearts Come Home. And we're going to layer up the snow, particularly in the top half of the jar, or the bottom half, depending which way you're looking at it, and just have it falling down the picture. And then we're going to go in with the white embossing powder. Sprinkle that on. I'm just going to grab a bit of scrap paper to shake that off. Okay, I'm going to heat this up and then I'll come back to you to show you the result of that, and then show you the next part of the process. So now that you've done that main embossing, I'm going to create snow along the trees and the top of the house. Now to achieve this, clean your stamps off, and I'm just going in with either the side or the tip of the stamp, and we're just going to eyeball it as to where it's going to go. I think I'm just going to do the side of the tree on these ones. And then the same with the house. You kind of ideally just want the rooftop So if you put ink to stamp, you can roughly see where you're stamping, and again I'm just going to guess roughly where it's going to go and not be too fussy about where that lands. And as you can see, that has clung to those parts. So we'll heat that up, cut it out, and then I'll show you how I did the sentiment. So now we've got snowy trees and a snowy rooftop. I'm going to go in with Smoky Slate and just stamp it on a piece of Whisper White. And then get your banner punch and feed it through. So we only want the top half of the sentiment, so just feed it through so all you can see is Home for Christmas, and then punch that out. Now when we come to do the tag, I've got a tip for you, and you want to save the little heart that comes out the top of the tag because that's going to go on there. So I'm going to just bring in my big shot. Okay, sometimes when we use this die here, I don't know if you've had this issue where you've run it through and it leaves a mark along where the die has been cut on the plate. So I've used a 1 7/8 by 4.5 piece of red cardstock, and I'm using this to put on the top half here. And this just overlaps the sides a little bit to make sure it gets cut out. When you go to feed it through your big shot, rather than putting the plate over the whole of the tag top, you only want to put it on part of the way and run it through like that. Now this is a bit tricky doing it this direction, so let's bring this forward and do it in this direction instead. So put your plate to match where the end of your tag die goes, and I'm going to try and roll this through. Oh, come on. It's just at an awkward angle. Then when you lift your top off, you don't get that harsh line that you did with the previous one that I showed you. So save the little heart, and we're going to add that to the tag. Now I've gone ahead and stuck, sorry, I'm trying to zoom you in, stuck the jar down, and then I've put the banner across using dimensionals. Now just to completely finish the look of the card, try and zoom you in again, we're going to go in with our fine tip glue pen, and we're just going to go down the side of the trees, along the top of the house, and then this is where we cover up our boo-boo, and just do some along the bottom there and get our beautiful sparkly dazzling diamonds, and sprinkle that on top. And there you have your Christmas tags. Now to complete these, I just used some of the linen thread. Let's just check the name. And I doubled it over and then threaded it through the hole at the top. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Do subscribe to my channel for more videos, and give me a thumbs up and comment below. Have a good day. Bye.